Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show, Bikini Style. Woo!
Woohoo!
Cindy here, your host over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live, and I'm doing another health update with Tami, but just 1 minute, I'll introduce you to her. First off, I want to tell you a little bit about my show. I'm a full-time travel agent, and this show is all about making the most of the dash. So we have the day that we're born and the day that we pass away. What are you doing in between that time? Live out your dash, guys. So what my brand is about, it is the Bucket List Coach brand. I have a web show and I also have a travel agency off that. And I also do health and wellness products. And last year I ended up getting some horrific health ailments. I had to stop all my fatty foods because I got fatty liver and cirrhosis of the liver. So I've started taking these amazing products, and I actually have it as a part of my Bucket List brand because we all have to look amazing on vacation. And of course, this show is all about Anthony Bourdain. You can see him right behind me there. He was a chef and traveler, and he had a great travel show, and he was just spreading the word of his love for culinary arts and for food and for travel. So I'm just so grateful that I've got to see his brand, and rest in peace. It's so sad that he's no longer with us, but we celebrate every single day. And especially on Wednesdays, it's all about Anthony Bourdain. And so today I have my friend Tami Egbert. We actually met about 1.5 years ago. And last year, I had a gentleman named James Zing. He was on my podcast. He's been on this podcast and also the Ask Cindy Connector Live. And she really liked the way that he was speaking, and he really spoke to her. So tell your story about James and I.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. And your little introduction gets me in the vacation mode for sure. The Catalina pictures and all the other vacations that you took, I definitely feel in the mood. And so I did go put my little vacation hat on. So thank you for having me. My name is Tami Egbert. And yes, my life has been changed because of your podcast. You are the connector, and you connected me inadvertently to a guest that you had on your show. I got to hear James Zing. He literally was just talking his talk and walking his walk. And I loved what he had to share, very professional and enthusiastically about taking charge of our health. And he had a lot of other great things to say in between, but I did connect with him afterwards. I got really curious about him. Ends up, long story short, I've partnered with him, and I just celebrated 1 year of my partnership with him and with our health and wellness company, New Age. So I'm just always so grateful for that connection.
So let's go into what we have. So let's talk about the drops first. So,
well, I wanted to ask you,
how these work.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Cindy, because you're busy. You represent travel. I would love to ask you a few questions if you're okay with that.
Yeah, let's do that first for sure.
So you had some health issues, some severe health issues. And what I know about health is that you don't have like a sudden onset of something that, you might have a sudden onset of something, but it's been brewing in the background. So you didn't know. And all of a sudden you had some horrific health ailments, and we've been corresponding a lot during that time too. So you felt frustrated, you felt anxious, you felt surprised. What made you want to reach out for help? Like, what made you decide to use one of these health products? What was the thing that made you decide?
Well, when I first met James, we connected right out of the gate. I mean, our friendship was just blossom right away. I mean, just like how when you met him, it was just immediate. And so I had that rapport going on with him, and I told him I'm already losing weight. When I'm ready, we'll touch bases. And then you told me you're on the product. I'm like, well, I'm already losing weight. Why not try this? I could probably lose even more weight. So in 70 days, I believe 33 pounds on my first challenge last year.
That was incredible. That was so exciting watching your journey. What I like the most about it, though, is your dedication, because you made the decision that you were going to do that, and you had a goal about getting up on the surfboard at a certain weight. That was really, really exciting to follow that. So big key factor is making that decision and not saying, well, try it. And I applaud you for that big time.
Look who we have on the show. Lee
Oh,
Love.
hi, Love. How are you? I wish I could meet you. Nice to see you.
We will. You'll have to come out for another dolphin excursion. As a matter of fact, tomorrow's National Dolphin Day, and I'm going to go out on an excursion in Dana Point. So you'll have to watch my live if you have the time.
Yeah.
So let's go a little deep dive into my health. So let's tell my audience how I was able to get through overcoming my liver issue, overcoming all the bad food. Oh, it looks like we have a Facebook user. So if you like to comment today here on Facebook, you have to get to StreamYard.com/Facebook. And that way both platforms marry. Otherwise, we really don't know who it is. We see that you say hello, but we don't know who the Facebook user is. So let's go deep dive.
Comment. If you're just stopping by in your Facebook comment, tell us who you are. We'd love to reciprocate. So tell us, you were telling us about your health journey. And, I also want to just say it's very vulnerable and brave for anybody to put their weakness out there and their goal, really, because when you put your goal out, you're really keeping yourself accountable. And it's a very vulnerable place to be in, because you're basically stating, look at me, I'm getting ready to transform. And then if you don't transform, everybody's watching you. If you do transform, everybody's super encouraged. So I just think that's like really a quality of somebody who wants to help other people is demonstrating that what is possible. So I'm glad you're sharing your story. I think it can be impactful for the right person at the right time. You just never know who's experiencing some struggles. So tell us about your health struggle and how you overcame.
Well, let's go back to the real reason why. There's a couple different reasons, but the main reason before I got the liver disease was my surf instructor the year before said that I really need to shed some of those pounds. Because I think about it, if you're 33 pounds lighter, how much more amazing is it going to be to surf? You're going to be able to pop up quicker. You have that 33 pounds. So I'd do a big shout out to Rocky McKinnon at McKinnon Surf and Sup Lessons for getting me driven to lose that weight. So then, so that was 2 years ago. And then last year, when I took my surf lesson, I was 33 pounds less. So I still have a big journey to go. And then I got diagnosed with the liver disease. So that means it's either was alcohol over time or fried foods over time. So I'm just really watching what I'm eating. And, I have a little gluten or a little dairy every now and then, but I've been trying to keep myself accountable. And Tami is my accountability partner. So when I have those bad days, she'll reach out to me every couple of days to see how my weight release is doing. We want to say weight release, not weight loss, because then we want to find it, right?
Never want to find it again.
Yes.
Yeah. And something that I noticed that you do that probably other people can relate to is you set a goal and then you kind of add to it. So I know eliminating dairy and gluten and sugar was a big deal for you at first. You were kind of cranky about it, which I relate to, because I had a similar journey where I had to cut it out like completely really fast. And I was so angry and bitter about it. And so when you had those notions of like, what, I got to do that? I don't want to do that. I totally related to that. But you did it one at a time and you built upon it. And then you said, you know what? I think I can start adding in some exercise. And at first you said, I'm going to go gung ho. But then you kind of got a little smarter and you said, I'm gonna set the goal of something I can do and something I can accomplish. And you were really, really diligent about walking a certain number of miles or minutes every single day at the same time of day.
Yeah, right after Jeopardy. So
yes.
That's your daily method of operation, your DMO.
Yes.
So find something maybe that's on the TV or on the radio that that happens every single day, and then you do it right after that, or right after, or right before it. So it's super crucial to have an accountability partner. Let's talk about that, and then we can go into the products. So what's the value of having an accountability partner versus doing it on your own?
The value, for sure. I think that we are most driven by not failing somebody else, even more so than not failing ourselves. Like we'll make excuses in our head, like, oh, I'm kind of tired, I'll do it tomorrow. But if we have to look eye to eye, or we have to, call somebody or text somebody and say, I'm not doing it because I'm tired, you don't want to have to say that. Therefore, that tiny little second that you could say it, or you could just get up and start your walk or take a better meal, that day, that's going to be the difference of what helps you do that. So accountability can be very, very powerful. And it's been very powerful for me as well. Even my husband's my worst accountability partner. I'll ask him to hold me accountable, and he'll be like, honey,
shame on you, Robert.
Yes. Honey, let's go out for an ice cream sundae. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you're the worst accountability partner ever. So you got to learn who your accountability partners are. You don't want to push over. You want somebody to hold you to that standard that you deserve.
So let's talk about how important it is to be healthy on vacation, and how our products over at New Age are helping myself and thousands of members getting healthy for vacation.
Well, I know for myself, I'm actually getting ready to go on vacation in just a few days. And yes, and I'm gearing up thinking, because we're going to Tennessee, there's going to be tons and tons of food.
Fried food.
And I don't eat a lot of sandwiches. I don't eat like bread and stuff like that. So I'm gearing up thinking, I know probably the common way of thinking is, oh, for the whole week, I'm just going to let it go. But I'm bringing my tools that are going to help me stay on track, because I know that a whole week of eating off, I'll just call it off. I don't want to call it bad, because it's good. A whole week of being off kilter and putting things into my body that I'm not used to is going to make me feel like complete crap. And I don't want to feel like crap. And I don't want to come back having that overwhelming feeling of regret or bloat or anything like that. So I'm going to enjoy my vacation, but I'm going to use my tools that are going to help me not feel like I need to indulge. And that, to me, has been the most powerful with these that we're going to be talking about. Some people call them skinny drops. I don't like to call them skinny drops, because I feel like they're my willpower drops. They're my easy button. They're my easy button. I personally am not looking to shed pounds. I am looking for more stress balance, more hormone balance. I'm looking for something that's going to help me not feel like I have to fight the urge to eat that hot fudge sundae. And even French fries. A year ago, if you were to put any French fries, cold, hot, soggy, crispy, I don't care, I would have devoured French fries, like 2 or 3 servings. And I don't anymore.
Or chips. I can't do potato chips anymore. The sodium and all the grease in there. Yes.
French fries were my thing. I didn't care if you just said the word French fries, I would just start salivating. And I kind of don't anymore. I'm like, this is so weird. So tell me the power of the drops and how they've been for you.
They've helped my liver condition. I'm in my late 50s. So I'm going to be 58 here in a few months. So that's actually helped with the stress also. I have a parent who's in a nursing home. And so sometimes I have one of those really bad days. So that really helps with that. And just overall, just feeling better. The sugar cravings, no candy, no cookies. I mean, I'll dip in every now and then, but it's not an everyday thing. It was a point where I was having, I'm not kidding you, 4 candy bars a day.
Wow.
To kind of feed my sugar fix.
So these help you just not want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it regulates you. If I go out for, like, I went out for a Taco Tuesday. I think I told you and Lee a few weeks ago. I went out for a Taco Tuesday. I did not gain 1 pound that week. Not 1 pound. So it regulates you. It's a 30-day program, but you could split them off as well. You don't have to take it every 30 days, 30 days, 30 days.
So those are great points. I would say those are the most common, is that people notice that their mood is more balanced, which the way you're describing it is how it balances you. It is a body balancing formula. And I just had a little notes up here. It's all herbal based. And so there's no artificial anything in it. It also does not have any synthetic. There's also B vitamins, the B12 vitamin, which is very helpful for mood, energy. But what I really like is the benefits of these herbs, things like the rhodiola, the ashwagandha. These are things that are known to help with stress relief. They balance your cortisol, so you're not like, spiking up and dropping down. So that nervous, anxiety, anger, any of those emotions that go along with the stress and anxiety, it's going to balance that out so that you're feeling like you can handle life. A couple other things that I would say it does is it helps with all your hormones. So insulin, cortisol is one of the hormones that help with the stress. Insulin is a hormone. And so people with prediabetes or diabetes, or just, if you're the type of person that gets hangry, this is going to help balance. Yeah. I know a lot of people in my family who get hangry. But this is also going to help balance that as well, your blood sugar levels. So instead of spiking up and down, which makes sense as to why we're not feeling like hungry or like we need salt or we need sugar, because it's balancing that out. A couple other things that are just known of these herbs: it combats cancer, it reduces inflammation, and all your other hormones. We all have, men and women, testosterone, progesterone, all the fun hormones. Whether whether you're menopausal or not, we all have those hormones, and they all play a part in what I always call our mood and our attitude. So they're powerful. They're powerful. I'm just going to name a couple things that I like about them. They're very convenient. I literally slip them in my purse. I take them with me. Were you going to do your drops while we were talking?
Yeah, I'll do dropper number 1. So tell my audience what I'm doing here.
So the dropper number 1 is called the Slenderize, and that's going to be good for the whole appetite control as well. But the power in this is it's going to help increase your metabolism. It's going to help. I have it labeled 1. It helps release that visceral fat. And visceral fat is the stubborn fat. It's not the subcutaneous fat on the outside. It's the stubborn fat that is harder to lose. So this is going to help improve your metabolism so that we can release that visceral, stubborn fat. Some people use this with exercise and some people don't. Obviously, the more that you add to your regimen, the higher impact you're going to have with your results. But I have a lot of people, I know a lot of people who are trying to release 100 pounds, 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And it's discouraging, and they're not ready to jump into an exercise routine, and you don't have to with this. And then James Zhang, he's a slim guy, but he wanted his rock hard abs. He wanted the 6-pack. And so he used this formula, this program. And I want to say he did it, was it 30 or 60 days? And he did not exercise, but because of the release of that visceral fat, he got his 6-pack. So many diverse ways to use this for different scenarios and circumstances. And one other thing that I like to tell people that I like about it, because a lot of people are very intimidated to start something, and then they're like, well, then I'm going to have to buy it every single month, and that doesn't seem sustainable. This is a formula that is, because it's body balancing, it's not something you need all year, every single month, all year round. This is something you do for maybe 1 month, 2 months. And some people notice the results right away. Some people, it takes a little bit longer. It all depends on all the other circumstances, but you can just do it for that duration, maybe 1 or 2 months of the program. And then it will have a way of changing and modifying your routine. So it will help balance you for more longer term sustainable results. So that's a huge thing that I like about these drops, and what I tell my clients who have really great results, and they like that. And then they end up buying it maybe like at the end of the year. So maybe like right before vacation time, they'll do this program, and then like right after the holidays, the holiday indulgences.
Well, let's talk about one more thing you like about the drops.
Okay. Oh, something else I like. Am I supposed to be reading this? Nice.
No, what is one more thing that you like or that your clients like about the drops?
I will say I hear so often, and I personally experienced it. The biggest things that people say about it is they just can't believe that the struggle to eat bad food is just off the table. Oh.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know if I was heard or not. The most common thing that I hear is the struggle to the struggle for those bad foods. It's just completely off the table. Like they don't even think about it. It's just all of a sudden, they struggle, and all of a sudden they don't struggle anymore. And that's really probably the most feedback comment that I get is that I can't believe how easy it is to eat good. And you like want to eat good. So it comes with a little booklet. I like this because people who want to be more diligent, they have a food list in here. So it's like a really convenient. You can take it with you to the store, or we have an electronic version. And literally the food list will just tell you what foods that are, that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck, the most high benefits.
Yeah, because oatmeal's not on there, but I'm still able to lose the weight with the oatmeal.
Yeah,
and I don't put any sugar. Yeah, I use almond milk, and then I use fresh fruit, so I'm not using a lot of that white refined sugar.
And
so let's go into something else. With coffee.
Coffee's okay. A lot of people ask, is coffee okay? Coffee's okay.
Okay.
We try to eliminate the dairy, but there's so many other alternatives now that it's not even a problem to modify your coffee nowadays. So
we're going a little bit late today, but I'm going to be cutting out the video in different sections. So our next product is the Beauty Boost. Let's talk about that.
Oh, yes. You asked me to bring the Beauty Boost. The Beauty Boost, I know, is one of Cindy's favorites. She has her own little hacks that she uses. Hi, Becky. Nice to see you here. The Beauty Boost is really delicious. Anybody who knows about the 50-50 bar, or I think some people call it a creamsicle, it has just that super refreshing orange flavor, but it has many benefits to it. But for people who taste is important, convenience is important. It is a powder you can add. I have done it so many different ways. I put it in my protein smoothie, and it's so refreshing. People also mix it with our greens, and I'll talk about that next too. But it's just such a light, refreshing flavor. It's really, really good for. It is called Beauty Boost for a reason, because it has all of the benefits of healthy hair, skin, and nails. And I've heard eyelashes. Yeah, I remember your eyelashes were growing in. So it's a great, great product. Everything that we have, there's no artificial colors, sweeteners, or anything like that. It does not spike your blood sugar, if I remember correctly. I was trying to read. So it's just super easy. You can make a popsicle out of it. I've actually sweetened some muffins with it before. I like to get creative, so it's fun.
I like to just do, like, for a snack in the middle of the day, just some almond milk and Beauty Boost and mix it a little bit. And then we're going to talk about what else to add. And that is the greens. Let's talk about that.
The Giving Greens is one of my personal favorite. I wish I could say, a lot of people who know me, they're like, oh, you eat so good. You know what? We don't eat perfect. We're missing a lot of vegetables. And this is equivalent to 2 pounds of vegetables in one serving. And I like it because I've tasted a lot of different greens. And this, to me, I can drink it and it doesn't feel like I have to mask the flavor in my shakes. I feel like you put this in there and it accentuates and adds to the flavor. It is sweetened with coconut, stevia, and cinnamon. And you think, oh my gosh, that's so weird, because it also has all of the most highly potent micronutrients of sprouted broccoli and cruciferous vegetables. And you're thinking, I would never put those two together. But the way it's formulated, it's a powder. You can mix it with water. You could mix it with your Beauty Boost, throw it into your shake. I know some people throw it into a soup, and they can add green power to that. So my family loves it. I used to put other greens in my kids' shakes, and they're like, no, don't do that. You're ruining it. I put these in there and they like it. It's like, give me more shake. So that I do like. I appreciate these greens very, very much. And not to mention all of the other benefits. It has the prebiotic and probiotics. So it's helping your body digest food and absorb nutrients. I mean, you just really can't go wrong. I'll be traveling with this. I will be traveling with this.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you'll have to do some TikTok videos. So let's talk about a sexier life.
Okay, you asked me to bring one other thing. Yes, the last thing we'll talk about.
More sleep.
This is our newest, sexiest product. I will say it is our sexiest product. It's called Renew, and it looks like this. Just comes in a convenient little stick pack. I am on board with this. I've been using this for at least a month, and the reason why people like this is it's a natural way to biohack your body. You're basically biohacking your body, because a lot of people, believe it or not, I don't know if you're one of them, and it's fine if you are, but we all want the youth elixir. And so some of us are willing to pay top dollar for it. In fact, some people even go and have human growth hormone, HGH, injected into their body to give them the amazing benefits. And so after, like, in our 20s, at 30s, somewhere in between there, this naturally occurring human growth hormone starts to rapidly decline, and we no longer produce it as vibrantly. So what does that do? If you think about anything that you do in your youth, people say, oh, I feel old. Anything that's associated with, so joints, just your regular aches and pains, the way you sleep, the way you bounce back after exercise, energy, mental cognition, all of those things that you think of as a young, healthy person is so vibrant about. That's the power of human growth hormone. And so this is not artificial. You mix it with water. It actually is a whole blend of different herbs and formulas that is telling your body to naturally produce more. So it's amazing. It's the technology. There's nothing else out there like that. The technology that they use to develop this is so impressive. If you want more information about that, if you're like a science nerd and you want to hear more about that, we have a great video that goes into how it triggers the pituitary gland and, somatostatins and all these other things. Like I said, if you're a nerd, we can connect you to that. But this is great. On the box, it tells you the benefits, and the benefits, it improves cell regeneration. So think about anything that your body is going to benefit from that. It boosts your energy and stamina, enhances libido and sexual function, reduces your body fat, improves your sleep, and increases your skin elasticity. So I have so many stories about all these things. I will say one of them, people are noticing that after a month or more taking that, the gray in their hair is less gray. And I can attest to that. I swear I never would have believed it ever. I still have gray hair, but it's just not as like pronounced. It's just the strangest thing. And then another thing that the most comments that people talk about is the sleep quality that they're getting. The improved sleep quality is so phenomenal. And one thing that's kind of tied directly to that is the sleep that people are getting is a deeper REM sleep, and they're dreaming. They have like really vivid dreams. So I know that sounds funny, and unless you're experiencing it, which I have, so I could tell you, when I go to sleep and I drink this right before I go to bed, I feel kind of excited to go to bed because my dreams are going to be like a trip to Disneyland. Like I get to explore, the Magic Kingdom in my dreams. So the sleep quality has been amazing, which plays out in the rest of your day in that energy and stamina. So those are the biggest benefits of that. So yes, it is our sexier product.
Well, in closing out, because I am going to do a YouTube and TikTok short. So let's do a recap really quick. So number one, talk about the drops, and then we'll go through the other products and we'll close out.
Me? All right. Drops, if you want to balance your body, lose some pounds, get some energy, and improve your mood and attitude. Beauty Boost, if you want your hair, skin, and nail improvement, and you want something very delicious and convenient, and you like orange. Giving Greens, if you don't get enough vegetables and you need more for your kids and for you, 2 pounds of vegetables with some good gut health. So any type of gut issues you have going on, easy to add in. And then Renew is our nightly youth elixir that will help with overall youthfulness and better sleep and better energy and stamina. So if you have any questions and you want product ingredients, anything like that, put the name of the product in the comments and Cindy or I can get that to you.
So let's put everything up so everybody can see all our products. There you go. And your TikTok page is?
My TikTok page is Healthy with Tami.
And mine is Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. And no matter who sent you here, get back to the person who sent you to this information. And any one last tip to get healthy for summer, Tami, and we'll close out.
My last tip is do what's going to make your body feel good and think about the body that you deserve, and not even just the body, but the vitality and energy that you're going to have so that you can be the best you for everybody around you.
And my last tip is connect with Tami or I, or the person who sent you to this video. We have amazing products, and think of ways to eat healthier. Less gluten, less sugar, anything white do not put in your body, like pastas and all that. There's so many different ways that you can tweak your lifestyle. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So this is Cindy and Tami, and I'm going to put you in the green room, Tami, so I can close out.
Thank you, Cindy. See you in a bit.
Well, there you go. Make sure you get back to the person who sent you to this information. And next on this show, I have my friend Hugh. We're talking about some amazing bucket list items in beautiful Maui, Hawaii. Shaka baby, we'll see you on the next show.